trying this for the 1 billionth time because dude. So I've got some kind of not bad news, but like some weird news. So let me move that. So every time I go live on Streamlabs, nothing happens. Like it's like my oops. Ooh, that's kind of dirty. It's like my stream isn't getting sent out to anyone. Like no, it gets sent out to no one. Literally, when I use Streamlabs, and it's got to do something with like the metadata that Streamlabs sends out there. It's just so frustrating, man. Like just beyond frustrating, beyond frustration. Like, I don't want this to happen, but it's happening. I'd like to be able to stream to you guys, like, through Streamlabs, but, like, YouTube's, like, literally sending my stream out to no one when I do that. And I can't play Roblox or play any of the games for you guys, which kind of triggers me. So I don't know what we're going to do about that situation. So we might just have to be mobile. We might just have to be a mobile phone streamer for now until YouTube figures this out for me. Which I don't want it to have to be that way, but I mean, what can I do? YouTube's literally not sending my stream out to a single person when I use Streamlabs. Hello guys, hello. Thank you for joining. Thank you for being up in the stream. See, people are actually joining when I don't use Streamlabs because YouTube messes up the metadata. It's so annoying. It's just beyond annoying. But hello guys, thank you for joining. Leave a comment, subscribe, like. Please engage with the live stream. It goes a long way in pushing the stream out to more people and getting people engaged and on board. But yeah, happy Saturday, guys. Tell me how your day's been going. I'm curious to know. You know, I'm always wanting to be you know, updated about how people's lives are going, you know. But yeah, thank you guys for joining the Strizzy. The Strizzy. They call me Nick Strizzy. Nick Strizzy. Kabalizzi. Tunana Bubana Tuchinski. But yeah, what's up, guys? Thank you guys for joining. Yes. Thank you. Aloha, mahalo. I would like to play a game with you guys, but like I said, I can't use Streamlabs at the moment because for some reason the metadata's all messed up. Don't understand really why that is, but that's how it is. But yeah, leave a like, subscribe, engage with the chat, just so that we can really push this stream to more people, get it out there, get it known. But yeah, how's your day going, guys? Let me know. Do you want me to talk about Austrian economics? Probably not. That's the Terminator theme. Oh man, that is a bright screen. Theory of Austrian economics theorizes subjective choices in individuals that plays a role in economic systems, play a huge role in dictating economic systems. Subjective factors like taste, desire, satisfaction. Those are the main human principles that apply to economics. And those play a role in the equation that you attach a numerical value to, a physical product. Austrians seek to understand the economy by examining social ramifications. So, probably like vacations, going to the movie theater, going to the beach, that sort of stuff, recreational stuff, and also social positioning, like where you stand in society. That plays a huge role in the value you attach to something. Obviously, if you're like a high class person, you're going to attach more value to. If you're like a high class person, you're going to attach more value to luxury branded products like Gucci, Louis Vuitton, and the reason why that is because that signifies social status, signifies to people that you are of a higher earning class. You're much higher on the social stratagem. But yeah, guys, go ahead, leave a like and subscribe if you're joining. Leave some comments. Let me know how your day's going. Yeah, let's be engaged with each other. I'm talking about Austrian economics, which is probably pretty boring for a lot of you, but it's important for people to know about it, because if we understand, it's the more holistic understanding to how the economy works. And if everyone had this perspective, I think we'd have a better understanding of running an economy. Every sector of it. Seeks to understand social ramifications and individual choice, an approach called methodological individualism. It differs from other schools of economic thought, which focus on aggregate variables, equilibrium analysis, and societal groups. So, welcome, Salma. Thank you for joining. So, I think with a lot of economic systems, there's this focus on aggregating data and using that data algorithmically to spit out projections and outcomes and scenarios and stuff like that, whereas Austrian economics is a more individualistic focus. Hey, Julie, thank you for saying hi. Hey guys, leave a like and subscribe. Does a huge job in helping the channel and helping me grow. And every little bit counts, every little bit matters. And thank you guys for joining, be a part of the chat. May I ask you a question? Sure, yeah, you can ask me a question. But yeah, leave a like and subscribe, my homies. In the 20th and 21st century economics, with methodological lineage, the early Austrian school developed many diverse approaches. Yeah, so in Austria, they had a lot of diversity of theoretical diversity in terms of understanding how the economy works. Are you married or are you in a relationship? I am single. You need a haircut? I mean, yeah, I kind of do. Yeah, it's not that bad, is it? You guys think it's bad? But yeah, Ludwig von Mises is the pioneer, the grandfather, whatever, of the subjectivist approach to the economy. Are you gay? Your mom didn't say that didn't ask that question last night. See. Would you accept marrying an Arab girl? That is such a crazy question to ask. I mean, I mean, I mean, sure. I mean, it just depends on the circumstances, the situation, you know. So, yeah. So, I mean, of course, you know, I've been to girls who were compatible with me, you know. So, my mom enjoyed you. Come back over. That's right. You're about to have a sibling. But anyway, but yeah, Salma, why do you ask that? Why do you ask? Uh, you are really nice. Well, thank you. Thank you. You're nice too. You seem sweet. Organized his version of subjective, which he called praxeology, in a book in English as Human Action. So, yeah, praxeology, the theory of human action. Yeah, Salma, thank you for saying I'm nice. You're nice too. But why do you ask? Yeah, why do you ask that? I suspect it's because I'm an Arab girl. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. Of course, there's nothing wrong with that. Okay. In it. Do you carry? Dude, come on, man. Keep it a little more PG than that. So praxeology is the study of human action, so human desire, human satisfaction, human enjoyment, human excitement, you know, and it could be used to deduce a priori theoretical economic truths. So if you understand human motivation, if you understand human connection, basic human psychology, you can derive a lot of that from, you know, you can derive a lot of that and apply it to economic, you know, basic economic principles. A priori means from what comes before it. So I think it's like deductive reasoning. How old are you? I am 35 years old. I'm an old man. Dude, I'm not gonna like engage with weird comments like that. So economic truths and deductive economic thought experiments could yield conclusions which follow irrefutably from underlying assumptions. How old are you, Salma? Tell me. No, you don't have to tell me. You don't have to. So the empirical observation of human behavior can be applied also to, so statistical analysis can also be inferred from just basic human behavioral probabilities. I'm kind of speaking out my butt, but hey. I'm sorry, dude. Like you're just being annoying. So he wrote that conclusions could be inferred from empirical observation or statistical analysis and argued against these probabilities. So their position is that statistical analysis can only get you so far when you're studying and trying to understand how the economy works, you know. And so he took it upon himself to to introduce a more subjectivist point of view into the conversation about the economy, which is smart because, you know, numbers don't really account for like the human, like a lot of the human elements of it. Like, here's a supposition. So Coca-Cola, obviously that was like a breakthrough invention, but they've had to refine the formula over time so that people derive more and more enjoyment from drinking it. And so once it gets better and better and it gets enhanced and tastes better and better, people keep attaching a high value to it. They keep purchasing the product, and people, the satisfaction, the enjoyment, the desire people feel from, from drinking Coca-Cola, that equates directly to the economic value of that product. Since Mises's time, some Austrian thinkers have accepted his praxeological approach, while others have adopted alternative methods. Hello. Is no one there? Dang, man. I guess I'm just like not that interesting. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. I let you guys down. I let myself down. But yeah. Dang, see, I'm talking about Austrian economics and no one cares. No one cares, bro. Nobody cares. It's alright, though. That's okay. What it do, guys? Leave me a comment, leave me a like. Tell me what's crack-a-lackin'. Tell me about your day. Tell me what's up. What's up? What it do, baby? My homies. Okay, I guess we'll just continue talking about Austrian economics. For example, Fritz Matschlup, Friedrich Hayek, and others did not take Mises' strong a priori approach to economics. Ludwig Lockman, a radical subjectivist, also largely rejected Mises' formulation of praxeology in favor of interpretive method. So you're seeing different deviations and derivatives of the Austrian theory on economics play out. Hello. Leave me a like, guys. Leave me a like, subscribe. In the 20th century, various Austrians incorporated models and mathematics into their analysis. Austrian economics Stephen Horowitz argued in 2000 that Austrian methodology is consistent with macroeconomics and that Austrian macroeconomics can be expressed in terms of microeconomic foundations. So let's go over some fundamental tenets. In 1981, Fritz Matschlup summarized what he regarded as typical views of Austrian economic thinking: methodological individualism. Economic phenomena must be explained by tracing back to the actions of individuals. So, people's spending habits, people's behavior, the pleasure they derive from the product that they purchase, that has to be studied and taken into account when we're dealing with economics. Groups or collectives act only through individual members. So groups don't do the thinking, people do the thinking. People do the buying, people do the budgeting. You know what I'm saying? People do the consuming, not groups. Methodological subjectivism. Judgments and choices are made by individuals on the basis of their knowledge, beliefs, and expectations regarding external developments and consequences of their actions. So, based on their personal experiences, their personal preferences, what they believe, what they stand for, their ideological makeup plays a huge role in how they participate economically. Tastes and preferences, subjective valuations of goods and services. So you're going to attach a numerical value to a product, and that value represents sort of your own subjective belief in what it's worth. So in terms of how that product satisfies you. Opportunity costs. The costs, the alternate opportunities that must be foregone. As productive services are employed for one purpose, all alternative uses have to be sacrificed. I'm not exactly sure what that means, but gone. The costs of the alternative opportunities must be foregone. Products and services, they serve one purpose. All purposes have to be disregarded. All other secondary purposes have to be disregarded. Marginalism. The cost of the alternate opportunities must be foregone. In all economic designs, the values, costs, revenues, productivity, and so on are determined by the significance of the last unit added to or subtracted from the total. So, every unit within the economic ecosystem matters. Every unit plays a role in output, it plays a role in revenues, it plays a role in other logistical purposes. And then finally, time structure of production and consumption. Decisions to save costs or money or whatever reflect time preferences regarding consumption in the immediate, distant, or indefinite future, and investments are made in view of larger outputs expected to be obtained if more time-taking production processes are undertaking. So time management, how you manage and allocate time, plays a huge role in production and just larger, broader economic outputs. And then consumer sovereignty, the influence consumers have on the effective demand. So supply and demand, of course, are just basic economic principles. Consumer influence, consumer preferences affects the price of goods in a free market. It's an important objective. This is an important objective fact. And there's an interesting piece of information here. Attainable only by complete avoidance of government interference in markets or restrictions of the freedoms of buyers and sellers. So, free market economy is really the only way. It's the only thing that works. Government centralization, interference don't work, really. Political individualism. Only when individuals are given full economic freedom will it be possible to secure political and moral freedom. Think about that. I mean, a lot of marriages, a lot of relationships don't end up working out because, financially, things aren't those relationships. People don't find themselves in the best financial situations. Finances play a huge role in wrecking you know, in wrecking families. Unfortunately, it's very sad. And so, when you have a sound economic foundation that underlies your society, uh, you have more freedom, you have moral, you have more moral propriety in how you handle your affairs. I think in how people handle their own affairs, and restrictions on. In addition, restrictions on economic freedom lead sooner or later to an extension of the coercive activities of the state into the political domain, while undermining and eventually destroying the essential individual liberties which the capitalistic societies were able to attain. Capitalism is the answer. Unfortunately, we live in a corporate nanny state in this country, so it's not true capitalism, but whatever. But yeah, okay, guys, I think I'm gonna wrap it up there. I know talking about the economy is boring, but hey, we had some fun, guys.